Greetings, this is August 31st at 11 p.m. We are looking at an image from Bedwell Tree, and the link is below. It's rolling into nighttime, and there in the distance on the left-hand portion of your screen, you can see the fires still glowing southeast of Sheridan Lake. If we jump to the Google KML Bundle linked below, you can see a lot of yellow and a lot of orange. That is a good sign. It means that these are older infrared hotspots, and what we don't want to see is a lot of the red new 6-hour hotspots. Where we are seeing the activity and volatility is within the existing fire pockets, and if we zoom in, you can see these red spots to the east of Watch Lake, to the east of Nolan Lake, to the east of Green Lake. And what has been expanding to the southwest of Sheridan is now virtually all orange. Those are 6 to 12 hour infrared. What I'm looking for are new red 6-hour spots on the fringe areas, especially if the wind is blowing them in a specific direction. And I am seeing a couple of them southwest of Sheridan Lake. It looks like they're on the west side of number 2 Lake at Sheridan Road. Now let's move a little bit south of Green Lake, and we can see much of the same condition. A lot of older 24-hour infrared with younger 12-hour infrared on the northeastern side of these fire flanks. And I'm quite pleased to say that there's no encroachment upon Pressy Lake, no further activity towards Green Lake or the southwest of Green Lake. In the last update, I was concerned that some of those new infrared were going to come down Mount Jim from the north, down that slope towards Pressy Lake, and I'm very pleased to see that that has not happened, and it looks quite clear to the north. There is that activity to the northeast, but they appear to be older infrared, and the closest new activity appears to be about 3 to 3.5 kilometers away northeast at the intersection of Little Green Lake and North Bonaparte Road. We've continued to move south. We're now looking at the area around the Bonaparte and towards Young Lake. I am seeing one red lone isolated hotspot in the lower left-hand portion of your screen, right on the ridge at the Bonaparte River. This keeps popping up. There's 2 there. So there's something to watch for in case there are new pockets of forest fuel there. Around Young Lake, I am only seeing one new red infrared to the south of the lake, approximately 1 kilometer, 500 meters. All the rest are fairly old, established 24-hour hotspots. So no new activity there. We're going to take a look at the area around Loon Lake, and I'm only seeing 12-hour and 24-hour infrared, nothing new except for the Hyheum area, and we're going to take a look at that right now. Most of that activity that's new is at the northeast flank, right at the fringes, in an attempt to go further north. All the rest are yellow 24 and orange 12-hour, so there's no new development in there. And this has been a tendency of this fire all along. Back when at Cache Creek at Highway 97, when it went to Loon Lake, when it crossed over the Bonaparte, when it went up to Green Lake. The fire sleeps, it slumbers, and then the wind shifts and it leaps forward again. We're going to move again and take a look at the southern flank, and this is the area north of Highway 1 and the Cache Creek Hills. And I am still seeing some older activity around Brousseau, around Clemmis, at Barricade Creek there. But a good news story, I am seeing no infrared at Battle Creek. Our wildfire crews have done an awesome job stomping that out. And throughout, they really are under the challenge from the wind, the amount of fuel supply, and we've got to give them credit for just holding this back as much as they can. It is a wildfire, and they are inherently out of control, and it's a massive territory. It really is. Let's go over to Windy and take a look at the area around Pressy Lake. It's coming in at 2 kilometers an hour from the southeast. But I'd like you to see the pattern that we've got. It's coming from Little Fort, making this great arc over to 70 Mile House, and then heading up north to 100 Mile House. So you can have winds coming from virtually so many different directions, primarily from the northeast, the east, the southeast. If we take a look at the region south of Sheridan and Bridge Lake, we are seeing 5 kilometers an hour coming from the east-northeast in this great arc that's going now eastward over the territory. If we go down south to Highway 1, Cache Creek, we are seeing 5 kilometers an hour coming from the south. So there's multiple patterns going on, and that may eventually all dissipate and lead back into this meandering trough where nothing much happens, and hopefully that will give our crews a great advantage. Here we are looking at the area around Young Lake, coming from the southeast at 2 kilometers an hour. So a lot of variation depending on where you are. If we look at the forecast, this is this wind shift that's kind of happening right now. But please look at the forecast. Saturday afternoon, that 3 o'clock breeze, it could go up to 12, 13 kilometers an hour, gusts in the low 20s. I'm not seeing any cloud cover at all, no precipitation, unfortunately, and lower wind speeds, but a lot of changing, shifting directions. We're going to go over to Dry BC. I see one alert on near 70 Mile House, and that is for visibility on Highway 97. There's still a lot of smoke hanging around. It really, because of the low wind speed, all the smoke is just accumulating in the sky and nowhere to go, and it may get pushed into the valleys again. Let's go to the Big Bar Cam. I am seeing, of course, no activity. It's nighttime, no big searchlights on or anything, and it's rather refreshing just to see no activity there. Likewise at Sheridan, I'm not seeing anything in the background. No glow, no haze, no cloud. It's been a month for the record books. Eclipses, hurricanes, wildfires, and throughout it all, everybody's been really courageous. It's time you guys give yourself a pat on the back for what you've gone through, and these experiences will only strengthen us. Everybody, please be safe. It is an active wildfire. The Elephant Hill has become something that we will tell our grandchildren about. Thank you very much to all the wildfire crews out there. You've done an amazing job this month, and I know it's an incredible struggle. Everyone, check your position, know your escape routes, have all your resources prepared ahead of time, and keep your nose to the breeze. September, you better be nice.